Good morning, students. Let us continue the topic, the rat trap. Now, let us begin from here. Why the devil did I take that fellow's money? He thought. Now I am sitting in the trap and will never get out of it. He started cursing himself that he had not stolen the money. He would not have got trapped like this. The money was a bait which had led him into a trap. So this is the explanation of the above lines. Further lines from the textbook are: the next day was Christmas Eve, and when the ironmaster came into the dining room for breakfast, he probably thought that with satisfaction of his old regimental comrade means here companion, whom he had run across so unexpectedly. First of all, we must see to it that he gets a little flesh on his bones, he said to his daughter, who was busy at the table, and then we must see that he gets something else to do than to run around the country selling rat traps. Some meanings are: flesh on his bones means here it means that the seller should eat good food to gain some flesh on his body. Explanation of the above passage is: the next day was Christmas Eve. Both the ironmaster and his daughter were at the dining table. The ironmaster said to his daughter that they had to do something good for the peddler and should try to find some better job for him. Further lines from the text are: it is queer. Queer means strange. That things have gone downhill with him as badly as that, said the daughter. Last night I did not think there was anything about him to show that he had once been an educated man. You must have patience, my little girl, said the father. As soon as he gets clean and dressed up, you will see something different. Last night he was naturally embarrassed. The tramp manners will fall away from him with the tramp clothes. Tramp means here vagabond. Some meanings are: queer means here strange, embarrassed means awkward or shy. The ironmaster's daughter said that it was strange to see that the peddler had been in such hard times, and was doubtful whether the man had been educated. Hearing this, the ironmaster clarified that it was due to his bad condition. He also added that the man would behave differently after getting clean and dressed up. Just as he said this, the door opened and the stranger entered. Yes, now he was truly clean and well dressed. The valet had bathed him, with cut his hair and shaved him. Moreover, he was dressed in a good looking suit of clothes which belonged to the ironmaster. He wore a white shirt and starched collar and whole shoes. Here, starch collar means starch is the stuff that makes your shirt collar look crisp and fresh. Whole shoes means proper fitted shoes. While both father and daughter were discussing about the peddler, he entered the room with the valet. Valet means here the steward or attendant. He was looking clean as he had bathed and his hair had been cut by the valet. He was wearing the ironmaster's clothes and shoes, a shirt with a starched collar and shoes which covered the entire feet. Explanation is here: but although his guest was now so well groomed, the ironmaster did not seem pleased. He looked at him with puckered brow. Puckered brow means thinking something deeply, and it was easy to understand that when he had seen the strange fellow in the uncertain reflection from the furnace, he might have made a mistake. But that now he stood there in broad daylight, it was impossible to mistake him for an old acquaintance. What does this mean? He thundered. The stranger made no attempt to dissimulate. He saw at once that the splendor had come to an end. Meanings are: Groomed means ready, puckered means wrinkle, dissimulate means pretend, splendor means luxury, thundered means make a loud noise. Explanation is the ironmaster seemed very angry to see his well groomed guest, as now he could make out his appearance well and realized that he was not his comrade. He understood that he mistook some stranger as his old friend. He screamed at him and asked him to explain. The peddler knew that the ironmaster could make out that he was not his old friend. As he already knew this, he was ready for the consequences and felt that the luxurious treatment was about to end. Further lines from the textbook are: "It is my fault, sir," he said. "I never pretended to be anything but a poor trader. I pleaded and begged to be allowed to stay in the forge, but no harm has been done. At worst, I can put on my rags, rags means old clothes, again and go away." "Well," said the ironmaster, hesitating a little, "it was not quite honest either. You must admit that, and I should not be surprised if the sheriff would like to have something to say in the matter." Sheriff means here the policeman. Hesitating means here to be reluctant. Sheriff means chief executive officer of crown, means in England, police officer. Explanation is the peddler tried to explain that he should not be blamed. He said that he was just begging for a stay in the forge. He also said that he had not harmed anyone and was ready to wear his rags again. To this, the ironmaster hesitated and said that the peddler had not been quite honest and so he wanted to call the sheriff. Further lines from the textbook are: "The tramp took a step forward and struck the table with his fist. Now I am going to tell you, Mr. Ironmaster, how things are," he said. "The whole world is nothing but a big rat trap. All the good things that are offered to you are nothing but cheese, rinds, and bits of box set out to drag a poor fellow into trouble. And if the sheriff comes now and locks me up for this, then you, Mr. Ironmaster, must remember that a day may come when you yourself may want to get a big piece of pork, and then you will get caught in the trap." Fist means here a person's hand bent. Explanation of the above passage is: the rat trap seller gets so enraged upon hearing about the sheriff that he struck the table very hard with his fist. He said that this world is a rat trap and all the good things are a bait. Just like the rinds of cheese and the small pieces of pork are a bait for the rat which are offered to trap it. Not only this, he also pointed out to the ironmaster that he may today be imprisoned by the sheriff, but one day the ironmaster will also get trapped like this. Further lines from the textbook are: the ironmaster began to laugh. "That was not so badly said, my good fellow. Perhaps we should let the sheriff alone on Christmas Eve, but now get out of here as fast as you can." The ironmaster didn't like the peddler's words and decided not to call the sheriff. He asked the peddler to leave at once. This is the explanation. Further lines from the textbook are: but just as the man was opening the door, the daughter said, "I think he ought to stay with us today. I don't want him to go." And with that she went and closed the door. "What in the world are you doing?" said the father. The daughter stood there quite embarrassed and hardly knew what to answer. That morning she had felt so happy when she thought how homelike and Christmassy she was going to make things for the poor hungry wretch. She could not get away from the idea all at once, and that was why she had interceded for the vagabond. Rich means miserable person. Interceded means here intervened. Explanation of the above passage is: the ironmaster's daughter stopped the peddler. She wanted to help the poor fellow. Since morning, she was planning how she could make the peddler's day happy on the occasion of Christmas. Therefore, she went against her father's will and stopped him by closing the door. Further lines from the textbook are: I am thinking of this stranger here, said the young girl. He walks and walks the whole year long, and there is probably not a single place in the whole country where he is welcome and can feel at home. Wherever he turns, he is chased away. Always he is afraid of being arrested and cross examined. I should like to have him enjoy a day of peace with us here. Just one in the whole year. The ironmaster mumbled something in his beard. He could not bring himself to oppose her. It was all a mistake. Of course, she continued, but anyway, I don't think we ought to chase away a human being whom we have asked to come here and to whom we have promised Christmas cheer. Explanation of the above passage is: she tried to explain the difficulties faced by the peddler. She said that he didn't have any house, he was turned out from wherever he went, and he always kept on running in order to safeguard himself from being arrested. She said that she wanted him to enjoy Christmas with peace as they had promised him. They should not send away a man on Christmas, the man whom they had promised happiness on the day. The ironmaster was not able to find an answer to go against his daughter. So, dear students, let us have these explanations today. Thank you.